So the dream for Majete was to restore the whole reserve and to have growing populations of animals, and we can actually become a source population to supply to other reserves. And in 2016 and 2017, that became a reality. So yeah, I think we've been quite successful here, and it's become a bit of a model for future research projects. So in 2003, that is when African pox took over. But just before African pox took over, there was literally nothing left in the reserve. Poaching was just all over the reserve. They were cutting down all the big trees, making charcoal, and there was even some cultivated areas. All the elephants have been poached out. The only animals that persisted were basically ghosts. You would never see them. So it was a reserve open to tourists, but no one came in. There was just nothing for them here. Why would they come here? Then to the rescue came African pox. So what African pox does is they go into a 25-year agreement with the government. So the idea is after 25 years to give the reserve back to government, and the reserve is up and running, it supports itself, and it's sustainable. So of course tourism and all of that becomes a part of it, but the most important is literally to rehabilitate the area back to its natural state. So that's where our research comes in. Main aim for our research is to develop a long-term ecological monitoring program. Most importantly, to determine trends in animal populations. Are they growing? Are they stable? And then of course studying the relationship between the animal and the environment. Our project is simultaneously focusing on the ecology and the management of a number of different species, including the charismatic ones, the rare ones, and also the endangered ones. So we tend to not really focus on one specific species always, but if you have priority species like black rhino, you have to focus on that specific population. This is where my study comes in. So the idea is to create a management plan for the black rhino and to make sure that their future is ensured in this reserve. An ongoing issue in all reserves is determining the impact that large herbivores have on the environment, especially elephants. They can be completely destructive. It plays an important role in the reserve. You want that destruction because it opens up new habitat for other species, but you also don't want it to go out of control. So critical management issue in every reserve that you go to. In nature, we've got what you call lag effects. So you might have really detrimental effects on the vegetation, but you will only see it in a few years. So if you monitor it constantly, you might pick up on it before it becomes a really big issue. That's where Kayla's study comes in. So her aim of the study is to provide guidelines of artificial water point management. Big issue in every reserve. I mean, artificial water points is already a man-made thing, so you kind of have to keep on managing it to make sure it doesn't cause more damage than doing good. It's so easy with financial limitations to overlook the importance of research. But we can see now more and more at this phase of Majete's management how research is becoming more and more important. And if we weren't here, none of this research would have been done. The stuff that we do with you guys, most of it is part of the long-term management. And we just don't have the time to do it by ourselves. And some of it you really see that you need more than one or two people. Like a waterhole count, I won't be able to do by myself. So it's really been helpful. And also this program wouldn't run without the Earthwatch financing. 95% of our finances come from Earthwatch. So if it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be here in the first place. So that's what we're doing here, and it actually really makes me so excited every time I talk about it, because we're really part of something big here, and it's expanding. And I think the more programs we have like this all over our protected areas, the better. And it's not just with what you guys are doing here or what we are doing here, but what this place is doing to our lives as well. I mean, you're not just normal tourists coming on a safari, but you're having a much more in-depth experience. So it's just all about spreading the word, creating awareness, education, and being a part of the natural world as well.